residential tenancy support package. Now, we've talked about it before. We're talking about it in CPD when we're talking about the COVID safe businesses. We're also talking about the in residential elective. The news is now we've been waiting for when, we'll talk a little bit about the package in a minute, but we've been waiting for when landlords or agents on their behalf could actually make application for that, the support package for the landlords. It's now open. Okay, the portal is now open, and Fair Trading have announced that yesterday. Many of you will have seen that come out in the Property Matters newsletter from New South Wales Fair Trading yesterday. So that's good news. So this is the support. Yes, there's support for tenants in terms of, ask if they are an impacted tenant, and it goes through all of the, we've all been through that last time. And again, if you go through the checklist of what makes an impacted tenant, then they can ask for a reduction in rent. Last time there was no assistance there for landlords other than from a land tax perspective. This time it's either you take the land tax assistance and you take the $1,500. So that's really cool. So as of today, now, and what it actually says is that agents can make that application on behalf of landlords. So landlords can certainly do it themselves, but it's rent coming in. So you'll be receiving it as rent if it's coming into your trust account, if you're doing that on behalf of your landlord. So, as I said, there's either the land tax benefit or this COVID residential support payment, but not both. You can't double dip on this one. We all know about the 60-day freeze on evictions. You can't, eligible tenants who've been financially impacted by COVID in this current round cannot be evicted if they cannot make their rent payments. So that freeze is from the 14th of July through to the 11th of September. So, we know that a landlord or an agent can still terminate the tenancy in other circumstances. The illegal use of premises, all the usual points: damage to property, hardship. The landlords cannot evict using the no grounds eviction process unless it is fair and reasonable to do so. Okay, so there actually does need to be grounds if you're going to be evicting outside of the person not being able to pay rent. So, that the residential tenancy support package is up to $1,500. So if a landlord or, one of your landlords, and you're managing the property as the agent, one of your landlords gives a rent reduction to an impacted tenant, they'll receive up to $1,500, or if the amount is less that they have given, they will receive the lesser amount. So, but if they've given a rental relief that comes out to more than $1,500, the maximum payment will be $1,500. Okay, so, it's... I'm not going to go through all the requirements for an impacted tenancy. We've done that before. It's on our website. It's on our it's certainly also on the Fair Trading site, which is one of the best places to see it, and on the New South Wales government site. Probably the best place to get the information though is from the New South Wales Fair Trading site, where it's very clear about what is an impacted tenant and how you calculate that. Or hook into our YouTube videos, and we've got it there from past Wednesday Facebook live sessions. So you as an agent actually need to negotiate that whole process with your tenant when they contact you and say, hey, I'm an impacted tenant. You need to gather the correct documentation. You need to present that to your landlord and then make that decision and undertake that negotiation about if there is going to be a reduction, how much that reduction will be. And obviously landlord's going to talk about, well, if I'm going to get $1,500 back, let's work it out so it's $1,500. That seems a logical point that people will be making those decisions. Some landlords will say, no, well, what can they afford to pay, and move on from that point. So I guess the big news is that online portal is now open. So landlords can make that application. Agents, you can make that application on behalf of your landlords. So that's some really good news on that level. So guys, make sure that's starting to happen, and you start telling your landlords that if they have an impacted tenant, then that's the process that they can go through. So that's really good news.